I'm Robie Grant, and I'm running for re-election to the Hadley School Committee this spring. I moved to Hadley in 1989 with my husband, Peter Wingate, and our daughter entered preschool that fall. My oldest daughter, Zoe, graduated from Hopkins in 2007. Our middle daughter will graduate this spring, and our youngest, Rory, is in 8th grade. I work as a freelance editor, and I've been involved in the schools as a volunteer in the classroom when I had kids in elementary school. I was a founder of Arts Day in the elementary school, and I also served on the Cultural Council in Hadley. When I was elected to the school committee 3 years ago, someone in town called me and said, there's this association of school committees, and you should join them and you should ask them. You'll get a lot of good information. And when I called them, they said, sure, you can be on our listserv, you can come get our information off our website, but Hadley doesn't belong, and there are about 275 school committees in Massachusetts, and Hadley was one of only 3 that wasn't members. It became clear to me that Hadley had become pretty isolated from the way that other school committees were operating. Just from the questions that people would put on the listserv. And one day I was on the website and found that they were offering a training on a Saturday in Northampton, and I said, well, it's really close by, I'll go. And then I found out that that was the state mandated training that everyone's supposed to receive the first year of their election to school committee. Nobody knew about it. Nobody talked about it. We just had become completely separated from how things were being done. And so when I became chair, I called the executive director and I said, what should we do? How can we improve how we operate? And he had a long list of things that we should do. So we spent a few months on school committee talking about how we should be organized. And so we have set a regular meeting time, which we didn't have before. We now meet on the 4th Monday of the month at 6:30. Hopefully that's a time when parents can join us if they want. We've set up subcommittees on policy and finance and buildings and grounds. We've instituted having the student representatives from Hopkins on the school committee, which hadn't been done before. We joined the Massachusetts Association of School Committees, and we took their very long self-evaluation, and which educated people about what the best practices were. And then they came and they did a workshop with us, and I thought that was very helpful. One thing we've done that people have asked for years, and we finally did conduct a survey of families that have left the school for whatever reason to send their children elsewhere, whether that be school choice or the charter schools, and as well as families that are sending their kids to our schools to find out why people might be leaving and why they're coming. And we got some really valuable information that I think we can use to make plans going forward. We also instituted a policy around spending our school choice funds, which allows us to use some of those funds for operating expenses. Our budget is increasingly tight and we really need the funds to just fund the schools. But it also leaves us a reserve of $500,000 to $600,000 for capital expenses or unexpected budget items that come up during the course of the year. We've instituted an after-school room at Hopkins. There weren't enough slots on the late bus, and we had kids who wanted to stay after for extra help and couldn't. So now there's a place they can go at Hopkins and stay till 4:30. Better time for parents to be able to pick them up than 2:40. We also have added an athletic trainer for soccer to the budget for next year, and there is also discussion that we extend that to the basketball program as well. The biggest issue is obviously picking a new superintendent. Our longtime superintendent, Dr. Young, is leaving to take a new position in South Hadley, and we will have the challenge of the transition. But it also creates a lot of opportunity for the school community to come together and really talk about where they want to go going forward and what qualities and qualifications they want in our new leader. When I found out Dr. Young was going to be resigning, I did call our school attorney and the director of the School Committee Association for advice about what to do next. And they both advised that the best course of action for Hadley would be to hire an interim superintendent, create a search committee, and conduct a thorough search for a new superintendent. The school committee will be putting together a search committee this spring, and I hope that we'll be able to have a survey of parents and anyone in the community that's interested to find out where they think the schools are and where they should be going in the future. So we can accomplish this with a written survey and also public forums. I've had people ask me if the next superintendent will have unlimited vacation time in his or her contract, and the answer is no. I don't think it's a secret in town that I didn't vote for Dr. Young's most recent contract because of those types of provisions that were in there, and I think we can assure the voters of Hadley that the next superintendent contract will be a standard 3-year contract in line with what other superintendents in Massachusetts receive. Hadley is a very attractive place, I think, for candidates for superintendency. We have a small school system, we have very supportive parents, a very supportive community. The Valley is a wonderful place to live, and I don't think there'll be any shortage of candidates for us to consider. The election is Tuesday, April 10th, and I hope you'll vote for me for Hadley School Committee.